Hello everyone, this is RJ from Game News USA here. Today, back with more movie review scores. Today, we're going to go over Twisters. We're going to look at the Metacritic and see what it says. But first, please remember to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Twisters got a 65 on Metacritic. And that's about where I would have it, honestly. This movie was okay. It's an okay watch. There were 33 positive reviews, 23 mixed, and 1 negative. I will say it leaned heavily into the action. And it was a lot different in a lot of ways than the 1990s movie Twister. So let's get right into some of these reviews. The Telegraph with 100 saying, the visual effects tower and terrify, but crucially never has effects. The prevailing sense of during every chase, escape, and scramble for cover is one of watching real people battle nerve riding odds. Perfect 100 from NME saying, packed with heart, smarts, jaw-dropping effects, and exquisite ensemble cast, nerdy British journalist comic relief, Twisters will have you singing the praises of the multiplex until the cows come home. Guys, I think it's insane to give this movie 100, but we did have a couple that did it. But let's continue. Entertainment Weekly with a 91 saying, there's a ton of technobabble that you have to take on faith, but Jones and Powell do more than sell it. They make it compelling. LA Times with a 90, Wall Street Journal with a 90, saying thanks to a polished script by Mark L. Smith, exciting yet human-focused direction by Lee Isaac Chung, and 2 likable stars, the quiet scenes work too. This is one of the few Hollywood movies this year to achieve everything it sets out to do. Yeah, I would say, did it achieve what it was going for? Yes. Like, check the box there. New York Post with an 88. Twisters, the disaster movie starring Daisy Edgar Jones, is an oddity in 2024. A reboot that's actually worth your time. The Wrap with an 84. For a sequel to nearly a 30-year-old movie, Twisters miraculously stands out against the modern blockbuster landscape, just like Twister did back in 1996. It's a rare legacy sequel done right. Now, hopefully we don't get Twisters 2, Twisters 3, Twisters 4, and let's fucking hammer this franchise into the ground. I hope we don't see that. Let's have another Twisters movie in like 30 years. IndieWire with an 83. Consequence with an 83. Saying, let the sheer power of cinema shake you to your core. Movie stars and summer blockbusters are so back, baby. That's interesting. The Collider with an 80. On balance, Twisters is nonetheless a thrilling crowd pleaser that takes the disaster picture in exciting novel directions and an excellent showcase of talent across the board. A ton of 80s here. Total Film, Empire, The Independent, Screen Rant, IGN. I want you guys to keep in mind IGN giving this an 80. And there's going to be a movie review I do later this week, Deadpool and Wolverine. And let's remember some of the scores IGN's handed out like candy when they talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't want to spoil it, but it's irritating. Slate with an 80. How about the Film Stage with a 75? Twisters is far from perfect, but Lee Isaac Chung manages to defy odds by sticking to the landing in his leap to blockbuster cinema. The film impresses in set pieces, but its brand of delicate, character-driven drama woven in between is what makes you feel fresher than ever. Roger Ebert with a 75, Original Sin with a 75, 70 by Slash Film. Twisters has its fair share of clunky dialogue and endless amount of indiscretionable techno-babble, and even a smidge of contrived melodrama, to be sure, but it balances out these shortcomings with a relentless sense of earnest. Looper with a 70. The New York Times with a 70. How about The Atlantic with a 65? If you can see the film in IMAX or in one of those 4DX theaters that jostles your seat around and sprays water in your face, I recommend it. Yeah, I hate 4D movies. I'm not even going to lie. One time I think I saw It Chapter 2. I saw it in a 4D theater, and there was the scene where Pennywise is slamming his head on some glass, and I about wanted to die in my chair. I'm not even going to lie. Now, the Uncharted movie had a lot of fun in 4D. Film Threat and ABC News with a 65. How about the Boston Globe with a 63? Though Twisters lives up to the sequel maxim of being louder, larger, and busier, the director and screenwriter don't deviate from the film's first formula. I don't know, I think they deviate some. Associated Press, USA Today, 63. Chicago Tribune, 63. Here's some mixed reviews. BBC with a 60. Twisters isn't bad, but a braver film might have admitted that addressing the causes of extreme weather... Oh, God! Oh, God! What a terrible review! The BBC wanted to fucking talk about climate change in the movie Twisters. Get out of here! No one wants to go to the theater to see that! The BBC, you are out of touch, man! That would get people to walk out of the fucking theater. Are you idiots? Variety with a 60. Time Out with a 60. The Irish Times and the Rolling Stone with a 60. How about the Daily Beast with a 58? By minimizing its predecessor's goofiness in favor of vivacious character drama, it winds up only sporadically kicking into gale force gear. They say the movie wasn't exciting enough. AV Club 58, The Globe and Mail 55, Paste Magazine with a 55, saying Twisters is at best pretty fun, a decidedly breezy 2 hours, it has thrills and chills, and okay, that's a 55, that sounds a lot better than some of these movies that, or some of these ratings that rated it higher. The actual wording of the review sounds more positive. Again, that always takes me back. Screen Daily 50, saying Chung's desire to add touch of realism runs counter to what it is essentially. A low nutrition entertainment about massive storms. Okay, so Screen Daily calls fans of the Twisters, he calls the fans of Twisters basically idiots right there. Low nutrition entertainment. So that's great, that's awesome. Nobody support the Screen Daily. Them and the BBC are completely dumb. And that's where I'm going to leave it there. Little White Lies with a 50. The Playlist with a 50. CNN with a 50, saying a vehicle with roughly the weight of a stiff breeze. Okay, what kind of review is that for a movie? It's freaking 6 words. There's not a read more section. That's it. Real Views 50. San Francisco Chronicle 50. A ton of 50s here. The New Yorker with a 50. The Observer, our great friends at The Observer that we've never bashed ever, says a 50. I won't read their review. How about Austin Chronicle, a 40, saying, heavy-handed and stuffed with cardboard characters, everything about Twisters, save for Pal, feels like a pale initiation of what made the original such an unexpected smash of a disaster movie. Lightning definitely does not strike twice. So the Austin Chronicle saying, hey, yo, First movie, we loved it. Second movie, not for us. Slant Magazine is the low review here. The only negative review, which is less than 40, they gave out a 38, saying the film proceeds as a jumble of poorly sketched backstories and subplots, half-hearted, topical references, and tepid fan service. And with that, guys, this ends the video. Thank you all for watching. Should you watch Twisters in theaters? Yes. Here's why. If you like action of any kind, action movie of any kind, go ahead and watch Twisters. Usually if it's a movie that's a 65 on Metacritic, I will tell you all to, pass on it and wait for it to come out on DVD or onto a streaming service. But considering this movie is uniquely built for the theater, being an action movie the way it is, a disaster movie, you will enjoy it so much more in the theater than you would at home. So this is the rare case where I say, yeah, take the kiddos out to the theater. Now, of course, if you can only pay for one movie within the next 3-4 weeks, then forget Twisters altogether. Save up your money for Deadpool and Wolverine, which we will be doing movie review scores about shortly in the next few days. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace. I'm out. Bye.